Buy it, use it, break it, fix it, trash it, change it, mail, upgrade it, charge it, point it, zoom it, press it, snap it, work it, quick erase it, write it, cut it, paste it, save it, load it, check it, quick rewrite it, plug it, play it, burn it, rip it, drag it, drop it, zip, unzip it, lock technology. Buy it, use it, break it, fix it, trash it, change it, mail, upgrade it, charge it, point it, zoom it, press it, snap it, work it, quick erase it, write it, cut it, paste it, save it, load it, check it, quick rewrite it, plug it, play it, burn it, rip it, drag it, drop it, zip, unzip it, lock it, fill it, curl it, find it, view it, code it, jump and lock it, surf it, scroll it, pose it, click it, cross it, crack it, switch, update it, name it, read it, tune it, print it, scan it.
Hey, welcome to another segment of the Jai Production Show. I'm your host, Jai Tiger, and this is Phone History. This is a two-part video special where I'm going to actually take you through all the phones that I actually had throughout the years, from middle school to actually college. And also in part 2 of this video, it is my iPhone 3GS unboxing. So without further ado, we're just going to go into the first phone. So moving into the phone now of this phone history video. My first phone that I ever had was a Sprint N400 phone series, which is right here. It's from Samsung, and this was the phone which actually had an antenna. Yes, my first company I ever joined with, my service provider, was Sprint, and this is it right here with my little Batman logo and my name, Justin. And moving on, I'm just gonna go into the ringtones of this phone for each phone that I am going to introduce to you real quick. Here we go. And this phone was actually kind of the loudest phone I ever had. It was really loud, like it had big sound to it, like that. Moving on, Pink Panther, Isis Brothers, Confessions, and the Bugs and Daffy. That was my favorite ringtone in this phone. So that's basically this phone. I didn't have no camera, which made me mad because my brother had a camera phone and I didn't have one. But this was supposed to be the top phone, and you can hook it up to a camera. And I was like, that's just like buying just more stuff. So yes, this was my first ever phone that I had, the Sprint N400. My second phone, when I moved on into my high school year, which was my first year, 9th grade, I moved to the phone which was the Sony Ericsson from Cingular, and this was my next service provider that I actually switched to, and this was Cingular. And the Sony Ericsson was it was my little cute little phone. You guys know how it looks. The picture is going to show up in a few minutes. But it was basically my little phone. It had a little camera on it. It was just a little cute little phone, and it was the best phone that I ever had, that I think, and to my point. And it was like a pretty much a step up. Like with the what I mean with the step up is that it had the camera on it, so it had a camera phone, and that was pretty cool. So that was my second phone that I ever had. That was from Cingular, and that was during my first year of high school, and it was a pretty cool phone. And moving on, we go into my third phone, which was the V phone from Verizon. Yes, this is my third phone that I ever had. Also during my high school year, it was actually in my second year of high school, because we got away from Cingular a little bit early because my mom didn't like the service in Cingular, so we moved on to Verizon. And this was pretty much, this was not the phone I actually wished for. I wanted the Palm Trio, but they suggested this because I said I wanted to have something to do with music, and this was actually the phone that I ever had when I first started to text. And it got a nice little startup, and I thought this was the best phone ever. It was pretty much one of those phones in the top category. See right here, it got the screen right here, the camera in the back, and the opening. And pretty much it was another step in advancement, and I said this is a pretty cool phone. I really love this phone. It was really easy just to go through it, get things done. It was it's just so easy to get through it, and that's why I love this phone so much. Unfortunately, I'm not using this phone anymore. Oh, but this phone actually was the next. I'm sorry for the clicking I'm doing in here. This phone was actually the first step into me actually purchasing my first Bluetooth earpiece, and this is a Jabra 350 Bluetooth earpiece, and I gotta say this is a great earpiece. It's kind of funny, when I had it, I still use it today. When I was using it, I used to put it on my ear and it vibrated, which was kind of funny, have something vibrating in your ear. So yeah, and this phone basically also played videos. Yeah, and it played videos, and it was pretty much the next step in the phone era for me. So yeah, this was the Verizon V phone, which is now called the MV, and they got like a bunch of them, so which is upgraded now. So, and it's from LG. It's a pretty cool phone. I loved it. Yeah, and this is my third official phone that I ever had. Okay, now I'm going into my last phone, my fourth and final phone that I had before we go. If you want to just click on the link and go to the unboxing video, the iPhone 3GS. It's actually my, this was my fourth phone. It was the BlackBerry Curve. Pretty much, I didn't know anything about the BlackBerry era. It's from AT&T. I didn't know anything about the BlackBerry era at first, but I seen a friend, he had this little phone, and it was really nice, and I said, that's a nice looking phone. And I seen BlackBerry on it, and I said, you know what, I want one because I'm eligible for upgrade in AT&T. Yes, after Verizon, we went right back to Singular, which was now turned to AT&T. And so I said I wanted a BlackBerry, and I seen the BlackBerry Pearl, but I said I didn't want that one. I wanted the bigger one because I wanted the one that was up there, and it was a BlackBerry Curve. And I really like this phone because it has a little scroller. I like that the applications are all lined up like that, and you can just go into the big applications and pick anything you want. In that part, I like the this keyboard. This keyboard was the bomb. I mean, I text a lot on this phone. This phone was probably where my texting era actually begun. I mean, the last phone I did do text, but I didn't do a lot of texting. But I did a lot of texting in this phone, which was pretty much the era. I had this phone in my my last year in not college, in high school, my 12th grade year, and my first year of college. And during my first year of college, unfortunately, it fell into some water, and it temporarily was shut off because of that. Not shut off from the company, it was just shut off, and then it dried, and then it started working again, but then it started tripping, started messing up on me, and it was really, you know, I hate that it happened, that it fell in the water that day, but what can you say? That's what happens in college. You know, you experience new things, and I really love this phone. It's pretty much my last phone that I ever had, and it was my first smartphone, and that's when I started falling in love with the smartphone era. So this phone was the best phone that I ever had, and pretty much on top of all the other phones that I ever had, which is the Sprint N400 Samsung, the Sony Ericsson, which I don't have anymore with me, but and move in the LG V phone from Verizon. So this phone was the best phone I say I ever had. Camera, keyboard, the screen was nice. I was actually able to put my little logo up in there, J.I. Tiger, and it was really a really cool phone. So yeah, that was the BlackBerry Curve, you guys.